everyone! How many of you have heard of people having extramarital affairs? And how many of you know of someone having one? Well, that's how it is. You look around and there are people who have fallen out of love and are pretending to be together while they are in search of love outside of their relationship. And it's a mess. It's a huge mess. You look around and you see so many examples of these kinds. Well, before we begin on why am I making a video on this, let me show around where I am. I am on the land of Dhamma. I am in Igatpuri and I have just finished my 20 days long course. So coming back to why am I making this video on extramarital affair and yoga. Both these are definitely not compatible with each other. There might be so many people out there who might think that doing cartwheels is yoga, doing several asanas one after the other like a monkey is yoga. It's not. It's not. Even a circus clown can do that. What is yoga? It's so the ABCDs of yoga are these basic 5 tenets. There are 10 of those. I'll mention the 5 which are the yamas and maybe a couple of them from the niyamas. So 7 tenets, let's say. The first tenet, which is the first yama, and these 5 that I'm going to talk about are your conduct with the society, with the world that you live in. What should your conduct be like? And the first one is non-violence, ahimsa. Ahimsa is when you are not hurting anyone. It doesn't necessarily mean physically or that you must not kill anyone, but it also means that you're not hurting someone mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And when you have an extramarital affair, you are not just hurting your spouse, you're also hurting, if unfortunately there is a child involved, you're hurting the child, you're hurting your relatives, your parents, your spouse's parents, and most importantly you're hurting yourself as well by not living by this very basic tenet. Yoga is a part of spirituality. So if you want to live a spiritual life and if you don't even have your foundation right, how would you merge with nature? How would you experience the divine within you if you are causing hurt and pain to your spouse? Now, how does the spouse's mentality become when her husband or his wife are having an affair outside of the marriage? The spouse's self-esteem goes down, self-worth goes down, her sense of love gets absolutely disturbed and stops existing. That spouse's sense of being wanted, sense of belonging, her or his identity gets shaken. So that's violence. That's the first tenet. Second one is satya, truthfulness, non-lying. When you're having an affair, you are lying to your spouse. Let's say if the spouse doesn't know that you are having a relationship outside of your marriage, you're living a lie. You're showing XYZ to the world outside. You're being ABC with your wife or your husband. You're again lying to your child, if unfortunately there is 1 or 2 or 3. You're again lying to your relatives, the world outside basically. In case the spouse knows that you're having an affair, the spouse is then need to lie to the world outside. spouse also has to fake it. And the cycle just goes on. So the second tenet of non-lying, of Satya, is also compromised. Let's take the third tenet, the third yama, which is called asteya, non-stealing. What are you stealing over here? You're stealing away the love that your spouse deserves from you. That's the reason why you've married that person in the first place. And if you've fallen out of love with this person, please free that person. At least that person will meet someone whose love she deserves or he deserves. And it'll be a difficult process initially, of course, breaking away from an existing relationship, but at least it's better than faking it and living a lie for the rest of your lives. Of course, the one that you are having an affair with, right? So there are three people involved over here. The third person also ends up lying, also ends up hurting someone. It could be that person's parents, loved ones, friends, family. So the lying and violence happens for that person also. And you're stealing that person away from that person's potential partner, that person's chance to find true love, pure love. You're stealing that away from that person. You're stealing yourself away from your child, your wife. So there, the third one gets compromised. The fourth tenet is aparigraha, non-hoarding. What does this mean? It's wanting more and more and more and never feeling enough with anything. So when you're not happy with one relationship, that you want to have another. When that doesn't work, you want to have another, and then one more, and then one more, and then one more. It just isn't enough. It never stops. So the root cause of your pain is you. Of those relationships not working out because you're attracting the wrong ones is you. And you're not working on yourself. But you want to have more. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So that's hoarding. That's wanting more, and yoga doesn't support this. You're compromising on the fourth tenet, the fourth foundation pillar on which you can speak and talk of yoga and lecture on spirituality. The fifth tenet, brahmacharya. Now, brahmacharya doesn't necessarily mean not having sex at all for the rest of your life. It means having control over your sexual desires, over your senses for the rest of your life. And not being a slave of your karma, vasanas. And when you don't have control over these basic 5 senses that rule you, how are you going to experience the divine within? How are you going to evolve? These things are forever going to enslave you, rule you, distract you, and take you on a path far, far, far away from spirituality. As they say, yoga, spirituality, even Dhamma, the land that I am on right now, for that matter, Vipassana, Buddhism, that is, talks of walking the middle path. Never do the extremes. So they never say, oh, give up on sex completely. No. It's a divine act. Having sex is sacred. It's experiencing the beauty of nature, how it has constructed us. And promiscuity is taboo. People think, oh, sex is taboo. No. Promiscuity is taboo. Thinking of it, getting addicted to porn, that brings me to Shaucha. Shaucha is the first niyama. There are 5 yamas that I spoke of. There are 5 niyamas also. Niyamas, the things that you must follow in your personal life. Now that it's not raining, let me close my umbrella, give you a glimpse of my surrounding as well. What does purity mean? It doesn't mean that you wash your body every day, clean your teeth, and you're pure. There has to be purity of thoughts as well. Now, when you're constantly thinking of women as, walking vaginas with boobs, that's definitely not pure. That's definitely not shaucha, the first niyama. When you're indulging in sending nude pictures, obscene messages to people, trying to impress or get into their pants, is definitely not shaucha. So that's another niyama. The sixth tenet, the sixth commandment compromised. And the seventh one, that is the second niyama, is santosha, contentment. When you're not content with what you have already, or rather you want variety. Variety is the spice of life, some people say. So some people want variety. That falls under a parigraha category as well as contentment. So contentment is also collapsed. So where is yoga here? These are the basics of yoga, ABCDs of yoga. Flipping from one asana to another is not yoga. Getting intoxicated and thinking highly and talking of spiritual stuff, now it's raining again, is not yoga. So I hope this video has made sense, that extramarital affair is nowhere close to living a spiritual life or a yoga life. It's far, far, far away from it. If you want to live one, you got to follow these basics: non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, non-hoarding, and non-sensuality, and living a life of purity with contentment. How's that? These are the basics. Hope this video has helped you understand that, hey, if at all you are having an affair, and I hope you're not, and even if you are, fine, fair enough, but at least don't call yourself a yogi or a spiritual person, right? Hope this video has helped you, and if you have liked this content, please like by clicking on the like button there, and share it with your loved ones. Let them also know what the difference between yoga and having extramarital affairs is. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then please click on the subscribe button right there and hit the bell icon to know about all my upcoming videos. Mwah, loads of love. Take care, and I love you very, very much.